O que eu ka uli vela ka honua.
During the 1970s, Hawaiians suffered from social and economic inequality and did not enjoy as many political rights as non-Hawaiians. The Hawaiian Renaissance involved rebirth of old traditions, Hawaiian language, and cultural practices that had been erased by American colonialism. Parts of the Hawaiian Renaissance included the first Merry Monarch Hula Festival, the Hokulea Voyage, and the protest of the bombing of Koho'olawe. Important effect of the Hawaiian Renaissance was the Hawaiian sovereignty movement, which became active in the late 1970s. Many supported the Hawaiians, such as Frenchie Di Soto, Honani K. Trask, and David Keaunusai. Still, a new constitution was needed to establish peace and equality. Non-Hawaiians tried to make the indigenous people more involved in the political system so that they would be less alienated.
Symbolic. And the papier-mâché Uncle Sam was the target. Amidst the fanfare, this lament from a longtime activist.
Yes, U.S. colonization. Yes, United States usurpation.
Demonstrations started peacefully. Marchers went down Ala Moana Boulevard toward the convention center, and the police presence today was very high.
Dropout rates from the school, highest rates for incarceration in the prison.
The 442nd, a group of Japanese Americans, World War II veterans, allied with the Hawaiians and supported the convention.
The Constitutional Convention, well, it was automatically called because there was an election, a ballot election in, I believe, the year before, and it goes on the ballot every 10 years. And the question on the ballot says, shall there be a Constitutional Convention? And if a majority of the people who say yes, then there is a constitution. In the Constitution, in the 1968 Constitutional Convention, proposed a constitution that had in it a provision that says every 10 years you ask the question. So then 10 years later, I think it was 1976, I believe, election, it was asked. The majority said yes, and so in 1978 we had the 1978 Constitutional Convention. So that's the reason. So there were 51 House districts, House members, and so they divided each House district in half. And so my district was Palolo, Kaimuki, actually most of just Palolo, St. Louis Heights. The front of Palolo and the front of St. Louis Heights was one district. And I ran from the back of Palolo Valley and the back of St. Louis Heights. And so, and each of us had one member. Yes.
The long-term effects that are still around today from the Constitutional Convention are the passage of laws, designation of prime agricultural lands, and the Reapportionment Commission. With the convention, many of the delegates became political leaders, such as John Waihee, who became governor of Hawaii, Les Ihara, a district senator, and Barbara Maramoto, a district House of Representatives. With the passage of new laws, more citizen involvement in the government, and a new generation of public leaders, this new constitution both reflected and helped to solidify a political revolution in Hawaii. The political revolution, which changed the nature of state government in Hawaii, created strong social reactions from the people.
Most of the social changes were articulated by the organizations that were created by the new constitution itself.
I think they benefited the most in having the Office of Hawaiian Affairs.
The office was created so that Hawaiians had a say in the legislature.
And some people call this the fourth branch of government. We passed legislation that will enable them to get the revenues, 20% of the revenues from ceded lands. So then they were able to establish many programs.
Additionally, OHA gave Hawaiian women equal opportunities for success. Although the office was created, it did not recognize the sovereignty of the Hawaiian Kingdom. There were many other organizations that were made to support the Hawaiians. Kalahui created a separate nation for them. Their goal was to educate natives about governing their own land and entitlements to develop a sovereign community. Because of all the reactions from organizations, more people understood the position of the Hawaiians and supported economic and cultural reform in Hawaii.
Economically, after the convention, the United States implemented restrictions on the land and military usage in Hawaii. Organizations like OHA and others created by the Constitutional Convention generated new rules about preserving the land in Hawaii. These include rules about the use of coastal lands, mountain forests, streams, and stream floodplains. The legislation created many fishing regulations, including rules on freshwater fishing, bottom fishing, commercial fishing, fishing for endangered species, sea turtles, and sharks. Hawaii also has a Commission on Water Resource Management.
The survey branch conducts research, while the planning branch develops plans for conservation.
It also consists of groundwater regulation and the stream protection management branches.
Cultural reforms that were made during the Hawaiian Renaissance were encouraged by the new governmental approach to culture adopted by those involved in the Constitution. The first book from Bamboo Ridge was published in 1978. Because of Bamboo Ridge, many saw the importance of culture in Hawaii from around the nation. Also, schools had to educate students in Hawaiiana so they would learn about the Hawaiians. Hawaiian history became a mandated part of the public school curriculum with required social studies coursework at each level in history of this place and its peoples. The convention also established Hawaii as the only legally bilingual state, with both Hawaiian and English recognized as formal legal and political languages. The Constitutional Convention of 1978 impacted the Hawaiians and the people in Hawaii. Many of these changes were political, social, economic, and cultural. Those changes led to a revolution in the government, a reaction from the people, and reformed the state of Hawaii.